Hey guys, Coach Jeremiah.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's Aaron and Jeremiah from 814 Hockey, and today we are going to talk about our fantasy hockey. We decided this year to put 8 people into the league and talk a little bit about fantasy, try to get some of the parents and some of the CCYJ members to get more involved with watching hockey. And I think it's a good tool for them to use as coaches because a lot of them are beginner coaches.
Yeah.
So I think it's really good to have them kind of learn who's important, what to look for. And even looking at stats, it shows that what kind of players they are. So, you want to talk a little bit about how you set it up and what it looks like?
Yeah. Originally, I had it set up a little bit different than what we're running now, but I'm a ditz and messed up the rules a little bit. So we kind of went with a more default league. It's head-to-head to points. So each week we play each other, and based off of goals are 2 points, assists are 1 point. You get half a point for hits and 0.1 for shots. Goalies, you get 4 for the win, 0.1 for the saves, and goals against is negative.
I think it's negative 1 point for each goal.
For each
so.
goal.
I got Jari, so just so everybody knows, we're going to get that right out of the way right now.
We'll
yes, I have Jari. You're going to see some negative numbers,
Yep.
But he's going to turn around. He's going to turn it around.
We're from Northwest Pennsylvania, so a lot of people in the area are Pens fans. So for the sanity of our organization, hopefully the Penguins flip it around, and Jari especially.
Yeah, I agree.
So
well, we have eight of our coaches, and we do have only one team left at 3-0. We did start this podcast a little bit later, but we do have one team still at 3-0, and that is Team Bacon and Donuts. That's got to be Dave Gredler.
Dave Gredler, what can you say? I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Before the season started, I was excited to play Dave Gredler's team. On paper, not the best team. I mean, I'm just gonna say it.
I thought I drafted the best team.
Who's it? I before the season did not look forward to playing Aaron. We'll get to that later. But Dave Gredler, who's a superstar? I think
does he have any superstars?
Who's this? I believe,
bunch of workhorses.
Exactly. I believe his first overall pick might have been. No, it wasn't. Was it Gensel?
No, that was the second pick.
That was the second.
Yeah, he picked
He was
Jake
early.
Gensel as his second pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Coming off shoulder surgery, I don't understand.
Nobody did. We all.
I mean, just looking at these standings.
Everybody laughed at Dave Gredler's draft.
I don't understand. And then so that's on the western side. On the eastern side, it's dude, where's Makar? I don't understand. Can you explain that one?
So Cale Makar, stud for the Colorado Avalanche. He's in his sophomore season. Had a great rookie season. He won the. Did he win the Calder?
I know he was in the running.
Quinn Hughes might have.
I know he was in running for the Calder Cup.
But two defensive studs. But my second overall pick was Cale Makar, and I love the guy. I think he's a great player. He went to. He's a American, I believe. He went to.
No,
he played D1.
OHL,
he played D1, I believe, didn't he?
Yes, he did play D1.
He played D1. So he lit it up last year, and I love movies, television, so I went with the obvious dude. Where's Makar?
Yep.
So yeah,
that's a good name. I like that name.
you.
Then we have Ham and Egan. I thought that was a pretty good one too. That is Brian Polino. He's actually one of our Squirt players' dads. He also is the goalie coach for us, and he's a good dude. So he's in there as well. He's in second place in the East. Then you have your Malcolm Me Crazy, which is Brent Gailey. Brent is new to hockey. He's a big soccer guy, but his 2 kids play Squirt or both in U8.
Yep.
And he's probably our number 1 U8 player at this point, I would say, right?
Maverick is he loves hockey, and he's scoring goals and working hard, so he's up there. He's definitely a top 3 U8 player, and he's got another year of U8.
Yeah.
And if he was on my fantasy team, I'd be doing even better. So
And Brent's one of those guys who really wants to learn.
Yeah.
He really wants to learn the game.
about Brent especially. He comes to all the stuff. He asks the right questions, and there aren't really any wrong questions when you're first learning. But he's a smart guy and wants to learn and get better.
And obviously, he's playing fantasy. He's trying to do his research. So, kudos to all you dads out there who didn't grow up with hockey that really are getting into it and working hard. I know it's not easy. It can't be easy. And don't ever feel like you can't approach people who do know hockey about questions. It's not an embarrassment at all. Believe me, we'd rather talk hockey than not talk hockey.
Hockey people love talking about hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us now. I mean, especially if you have questions, we want to teach, especially as coaches, we want to teach parents so that they're preaching the right things to their kids after they come off the ice instead of just yelling at them to yell at them.
I agree.
So.
I agree. And then we got Team Beginner's Luck. Now, this is one other coach we have at the square level. His name is Corey Jordan, and he's been coaching 2 years, mostly defense, and he is another one who's just willing to learn. He's taking all the information in that we're giving him. He's asking questions, and then he's getting to the point where he's starting to really assert himself into saying, "Hey, why don't we try this?" or "Hey, why don't we try that?" And it's good to have those kind of people, because I think as hockey people, we kind of expect people to just know and do. And when it comes from people that aren't hockey people, and they're like, "Oh, you got to take us back a little bit." So
yeah, and Corey's he's the nicest guy you've ever met.
Yeah, he's very very.
And for him to insert himself that way, it's refreshing for us, because we can hold each other in check as much as possible, but sometimes to have a third person finally kind of, I don't want to say get it, but get it.
Sure.
It's really nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that progress still.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. And he does have a win under his belt. He's 1-2. So then on the other side we have, obviously we have Dave Gredler, who we talked about, the only 3-0 team. He's on top on the West. And then we have Team I'm Buying Lunch. So I guess we need to talk about Team I'm Buying Lunch. So
Yes,
go ahead and tell
course.
how that story happened.
So Nate, not a lot of confidence coming into the season. And the story is, we had I wouldn't say a bet, but a wager.
Yep.
An
understanding.
Yeah. Allegedly. About, if you came in last or second to last, what would happen. Instead of putting in money for the league, we decided the 2 last place teams would buy lunch.
Yep.
And Nate was not comfortable at all when he drafted his team. He did not feel good.
Actually, a lot of it, I believe, was auto pick, right?
Was he the auto pick team?
I think so.
It was him and somebody else auto picked.
Maybe Dave Kuhn?
No, Dave was involved, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure then.
It might have been Corey, actually.
Corey
I think
too?
Corey also did the auto draft.
picked.
But he picked a pretty bad name at this point in the season.
Yeah,
at this
I mean,
point,
he's
so.
2-1 with Team Beginner's Luck, or Team I'm Buying Lunch. So I think it's fantastic, and it gives us another opportunity to get together. Even though the losers will end up paying for lunch, it's good to go out because we're going to talk a lot of hockey, and they're going to tell us what they learned, and it's going to be a real educational experience. So I would really strive to do the same thing in your organizations. Come up with really unique ways to get the coaches together to talk hockey, and so that you're getting non-hockey people to hockey people.
Yeah.
And it sparks an awesome conversation.
Yeah, and Nate's another one of the guys where I don't believe he had a lot of personal hockey experience.
No, he did not have any at all, actually.
Pretty sure his uncle or somebody he was related to was involved in CCYJ, but another guy that was not really around hockey growing up, and he's starting to pick it up. He's coaching the U12 team, and he's got fire.
Yep.
So he's
and he's all about the hustle.
Yes.
All about the work ethic and the hustle. I mean, if you watch his son Sean play, it's like watching just a Energizer bunny who never runs out of juice.
Yep.
He's just flying around the ice. So, and then we have Team Frozen Tarps, which who is it? That's Dave Kuhn. Dave Kuhn. Dave is on the board of CCYJ. He knows a lot about hockey as far as watching. I don't know if he played as a kid. I don't believe he played as a kid.
I think he might have played a little bit, and then his parents didn't want to be that involved in it or something or other. I forget. I've talked to Dave about it. Another guy that just really wants to learn.
Yep.
And,
figure
out the game.
And again, getting to the point of actually, talking about asserting himself and telling us, hey, I think we should try this, or I think we should try that, and it's kind of refreshing to see new
Yeah.
ideas. I don't know everything. He doesn't know everything. So it's nice to have people that want to ask questions and want to ask, why don't we try this? And we're all about trying new things. We think it's refreshing for us. It's refreshing for the kids. It's not the same old grind every day.
Yeah.
So
And Dave kind of is, he's starting to see the strengths, weaknesses of other kids, and has even texted us about, what if we did this drill to help with our team's passing or whatever. I mean, shooting or goaltending, whatever it is. So it's like Aaron said, it's refreshing, for sure.
And then it comes to me, which team I'm swiping Squirt B team. My team's playing like a Squirt B team right now. It is unbelievable. I am 0-3, and after the draft, I was so confident that I was going to be in the top 3. I mean, unbelievably confident.
Oozing confidence. Oozing.
I just don't understand.
He said, see you at the end of the season, boys.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Ovechkin's an idiot. He
Ovechkin.
goes out and he gets himself in some trouble. And then Jari with his performance lately. And then Slavin, these day-to-day. I'm struggling.
All the
struggling.
Coronavirus, COVID-19 protocols.
Yep.
You're not having a good season,
No,
that's for sure.
No,
So.
but we're going to turn around. We are
Hopefully.
going to
I'm
turn
rooting
around.
for you.
I mean, picked up Heskinen yesterday.
That's a good pickup.
I think that's going to be a good pickup. Also, with Letang out, looking to add John Marino, which I'm going to make sure that I go get him before I post this video so that I make sure I get him.
Yeah. We were at lunch today, and I was trying to help Aaron with his team. That's how much I'm rooting for him. And,
I don't understand.
I couldn't imagine the opposite happen, where I'm trying to take your players instead of helping you pick players.
Last night I was so excited that Panarin scored with 0.3 seconds to go in the Pittsburgh game. I'm screaming, and there's my wife. She's like, "What are you doing rooting against the Penguins?" I'm like, "I got Panarin. I need the points." So, but I am winning right now in let's see, our 4th game now. I am beating Brent right now, not by much, 0.3, which, that's not bad, but I'm over 17 points, which is for the first time in...
A very good first day for you. Just to put this in perspective, I'm playing team, I'm buying lunch. He's beating me 18.4 to 1.6.
Yeah. So
terrible day for me yesterday. Crosby's just not helping me out, and I got my top guys are going tonight, so... Hopefully we make up some of that with our goaltending, but moving on, frozen tarps versus ham and eggs. It's also kind of a close one.
Yeah, it is a close one there. You got a 1-2 team versus 2 and a 1. It's not bad. I mean, I think that's just going to be a good one. Some of the tarps have Marchand, which is really good. A lot of playing time.
I love Marchand.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Here's
No.
Here's why. Because I hated Marchand growing up.
Yeah, you should.
I hated him. But the more I grow older and older and look back on my playing style, he reminds me more of myself.
Oh, so you were a jerk.
I was getting under people's skins, and
but he goes too far.
He does, but there's similarities. I wasn't that big of a jerk. I was not that big of a jerk. I don't think. Maybe I'm now, but.
I don't know. I can't get on the Marchand wagon.
Well, it's like the Kachuk right now. I can't get behind Matt Kachuk. I just can't. I love watching the Flames play because we're the Flames.
Yeah.
And Johnny Gaudreau's, another
amazing.
College American hockey player.
Yep,
fun to watch.
Amazing. Workhorse.
So I love watching him, but I can't get behind him just yet. So hopefully, maybe in 10 years, I'll be like, oh, I like this guy. So
maybe.
We'll
I don't think I'll ever like Brad Marchand. I just can't. I can't do it. I think there's just too much.
Yeah.
Too much there.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
And then we got Team Bacon and Donuts, which is obviously that's the Gredler, which I can't figure this out. I can't. I keep looking at these, and then Team Beginner's Luck, who is also 1 and 2.
Who Team Beginner's Luck has McDavid,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
And then
Well, they got
Team
Pasternak.
Bacon's best player is Vasilevsky, which a lot of playing time, a lot of goals or saves.
Yeah.
But even so, with one goal in, Jake Gunsel is your top player, especially the way the Penguins are playing.
Yeah.
I can't figure out this spread.
I don't know. I'm looking through it and I'm just dumbfounded. I mean, if you look at some of the goals that they have, I mean, where are they at? They're with 41 goals. and he's 3-0 and 41 goals. There's how many teams? One, two, at least two teams ahead of him
in goals,
and a lot of teams ahead of them in assists.
Yeah,
it must be goalie.
Almost a lot. Yeah,
is it goalie?
It's all goaling for. So draft a goalie.
I mean, he's low on hits. Look at the hits. He's low on hits. He only has 101 hits.
Yeah. Shots not even that high. I mean, 470.
Saves?
Yeah, he's up there in shots.
I mean, the saves are pretty low. 244.
But those wins.
Yeah, the wins.
You get the wins. I mean, you get four points.
Yeah, just can't. I mean, it's crazy to see that. But kudos off to Dave Gredler, and I don't know how he does it. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Loves hockey, loves everything. His son Ethan is probably one of our top players.
Yeah. Well, he's very coachable. Very coachable.
Oh, I agree.
And he wants to get better.
Yeah.
If you have a kid that wants to get better and loves hockey.
Yep. When Dave and Ethan walk into the rink, it's to get better at hockey. Yeah. It's not even to socialize. It's not to see teammates. It is not. It's none of that. It is. I'm gonna get better today at hockey.
Yeah.
And there's no one that's going to stop me from getting better at hockey today. Those are the kids that you really love. Yep. You love to coach them.
Oh, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
So yeah, what do you think overall so far? I'm just dumbfounded. I am. I mean, for the first time in 3 or 4 years of fantasy hockey, I am absolutely dumbfounded looking at this. I mean, I'm at the bottom at 0-3.
I think dumbfounded is correct for your perspective. Me, I'm having fun.
Well, of course you are. I mean, you're in second place.
Second place overall. I'm cruising. I got people gunning at me, but I'll take it. I'd rather that than, come on, Aaron, you got this, buddy. Hey, do you need help with your team?
It's all right. I got 17. So. I got Ovechkin back now. Slavin's supposed to be back in the roster tonight. I haven't heard any updates today, whether he's actually playing or not, but he was day to day. Brendan Moore said that he should be ready to go today, and hopefully he does go.
Yeah.
And we'll be good to go. So if you guys have any questions, comments, let us know down in the comment section there. Good luck to the rest of the guys. I know they're going to be watching this, and they're going to be like, oh, these guys are a bunch of idiots. But it's a lot of fun. It gets the coaches involved. It gets them engaged. It gets them watching hockey. And you're hoping that while they're watching hockey, their sons and daughters are also watching hockey. And, hopefully it just continues to grow here at 814, and we hope that, it's going to benefit all the hockey players of Crawford County, and maybe even get into Erie and Mercer counties. So we'll just have to see what happens. So I'm Coach Aaron. This is Coach Jeremiah. And any final thoughts on the standings right now?
We'll see how it goes next week.
Oh, God, I better be 1-3. Take it easy, everybody.